All's well that ends well. It's a weird one. Definitely a weird one. God, I have a lot to do over the next few days. A lot. A lot to do. Like a crazy amount to do. I'm going to a convention. I'm going to Multiverse Convention in couple it's like 7 days from now. I'll be doing that in 7 days. Have I made prints of everything? No. Have I bagged and backed those prints that I haven't made? No, I haven't. I have done no preparation at all. I've been working on this. This is okay. But no, I'm not ready. And then I got my COVID and flu shots yesterday, and I ended up like taking a half day off work today because I couldn't. I just could not today. And so I almost didn't. I almost did not today. But then I looked at the play again and I thought, well, it's a pretty obvious one. So I think I can do it. I think I can do... Right? Yay, procrastinating. You know what? It'll be the day before the fucking leave-in for the thing, and I will be the most productive I've ever been in my life. It's like I don't even begin to get stuff done until there's a consequence for it. And wouldn't it be fucking nice, right? If we could, as a ADHD collective, could like do the thing that we've been asked that, nay, we want to do before it becomes emergent that we do it. But no. We're not productive until it's fucking crunch time. And then we pull that shit out of our asses, and lo and behold, we're heroes and everyone loves us and we're geniuses. But then we sit back and we think, man, what could I have done if I'd have started when I knew it would be a problem? I have a dream that one... No, I'm not going to appropriate that speech, but it's a literal dream that like I could, like, I know these things are coming up. I know I need to do all of these things. I physically can't. I physically can't do them until it is looming over my head. Ugh. Anyway. See, Tallulah's over here working furiously on a costume for tomorrow, Angel. For tomorrow. Get your eternity together, Angel. Anyway. And Daniel won't even die until it's time. You know what? That's the best use of the ADHD superpower I've ever heard. Also, thank you for the jazzy hat comment. I went to the Highland Games this past weekend, and so I have the Welsh version of this, which is beautiful, and I love it. It's my favorite, but sometimes green and red doesn't... That's a lie, but sometimes I don't want to wear green and red with everything, so I thought I would buy Scotland, and so now I can wear blue with some things. Beautiful. Hand knitted by Lily. I don't know Lily. Nobody knows Lily. She's a, I think, older lady who just makes these things for fun. So, here we go. I grossly underpaid for it. If Lily was in the market to make her living off of hand knitting, she would not have sold this hat for $30. So, Lily, you know, thank you for making this and then selling it for $2 an hour. It's all's well that ends well tonight after that fucking tirade. Thank you for enduring my tirade. It's all's well that ends well. And I don't know, you probably don't know the play very well because it's not one of Shakespeare's most well-known plays. And in fact, it's pretty controversial in that, well, it's a little fucked up. TBF. It's a little fucked up. So the premise is thus. Like, girl loves boy. Boy doesn't give a shit about girl. Period. He leaves town. He fucks off. She follows him. Ooh, I'm gonna follow boy who doesn't give a shit about me. Doesn't even know I exist. They both ingratiate themselves to the French king. And girl says to French king, like, I'm a healer, you're sick. If I heal you, can I just pick my husband from one of your court? And king, I guess, is desperate. He says, sure, whatever, fuck, just heal me, whatever. King lives. Girl says, I want to be married to this boy. The one who doesn't give a shit about me, historically. But I want to be married to him. King says, I bet. And boy says, I don't like you. But, like, if you can prove to me that you're a good mate for me, then I guess I'll marry you. Meanwhile, he fucks off to war. So she goes back home, becomes like the daughter, not like, what do you call it? Like adopted daughter, I guess, of her future husband's parents. Like, the mom takes her in and is like, you're my child now. I didn't birth you, but, I'm your mom. And she's like, oh, that's weird to be in love with my brother. But the mom is like, nah, it's okay. You're, like, better than my brother ever, better than my son ever was. Anyway, then this is where it, like, starts to get weird. It's Shakespeare. It's been weird from the start. This is where it gets really weird, is that, she follows the future spouse follows him into battle, to war. And while this guy is at war, he's also fucking all the virgins. No virgin is safe. He's having them all. With one in particular, I can't remember the name. But this one particular virgin, I should Google it. I have the power of the internet. Let me Google it. I feel like it's Amelia. It's not Amelia. She's Helena, right? And he's Bertram. What is the name of the is the name. Thank you, internet. You've done your duty, internet. So Diana. He starts fucking Diana. Oh, they're having a great time. And then, but Helena's there too, and she's seeing that he's gonna fuck Helena. So basically, how to say this in a way that doesn't get me shadow banned. Or overtly banned, also. She sex crimes him. She straight up sex crimes him. He thinks he's gonna hook up with Amelia. Or, not Amelia, fuck. He thinks he's gonna hook up with Diana. And turns out, in the end, he hooks up with Helena. He doesn't know who he's boning because of Shakespearean trickery. So she sex crimes him. And now they've consummated the marriage that he didn't want. And it's just kind of creepy. TBH. It's just kind of creepy. It's creepy. It's creepy. Anyway, after he finds out about this, after he finds out he's been sex crimed, he decides, like, that was such a ballsy move. Hey, Vanessa! I'm gonna see you next weekend, and I can't wait! I'm not ready. But after Bertram finds out he's been sex crimed by Diana and Helena, their little cohort together, he decides that, like, it's like, there's no way, like, that a woman could do this, and though I hated her before and wasn't interested before, I'm suddenly very turned on by her ability to take charge of a situation and, like, a bit, like, let's get married now that I know you have the balls to sex crime me. And then they get married. Hence the title, All's Well That Ends Well. The ends justify the means. And that is what I mean to draw tonight. I haven't packed a damn thing. Vanessa, I still have to bag and board. In fact, I haven't even printed I haven't even finished painting some of the prints and some of the art that I intend to bring. And I was supposed to have two more stories up on Amazon. And I think I'm only going to have one. Yeah. So. And I was going to do it this weekend, but it turns out some of my pals from Knoxville have moved or are moving to this area. And so over the weekend, I may be meeting up with them. So that will be nice. But at the same time, I have so much the fuck to do. Holy shit. And I'm going to have to work. I'm going to have to bring work to the convention. And I'm going to have to work Friday morning. And that just is what it is. Anyway, the thing that I want to portray, I think, in this particular card is that the ends justify the means. But do they? But does it? Is ends plural? Like, the end. Yay, nibbling at multiverse! Yes, let me meet the nibbling. I too am a nibbling and would love to meet the nibbling. So here was what I was thinking, and like, this is really stupid, right? This is like so on the nose. It's not even good art. But like, what if it's a treasure map? You can't see these little dashes. What if it's a little treasure map and like in the middle it's like a broken heart? Because like I want to say that in this card I want to say all's well that ends well. Like, if the ending is good, then I mean, it was worth it. But at the same time, she fucking sex crimed him. Is there not gonna be mistrust there from now on amongst, you know, all the other problems with this play, with this experience for all of them? So how do I show that sometimes the end does justify the means? And even when it does justify the means, there's still going to be countless people in therapy because of the means that you've chosen. And in fact, there is no means, period. There is no way to get out alive from being human. You're going to need therapy regardless. You're going to be the reason that someone needs therapy regardless. There is no winning as a human. How do I draw that? I think it might be the treasure map. No one survives life intact. PTSD. The treasure is actually rotten or empty. All of this is exactly what I'm trying to say. And also, Tallulah, thank you for loving my story. I will, next time I see you, I will tell you the story. I'll read it for you, and you can get a live performance of it. Oh dear. Also, Vanessa, congratulations to your nibbling for coming out to you. That's so exciting. Yay! And I'm super excited to meet them at the MV Con. I'm very excited. So much to be excited about. No one survives life intact, though. Actually, Tallulah, Vanessa edited that story that you just read, so you should say thank you to Vanessa for making that story even slightly readable. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with this general idea. I feel like this idea isn't a bad one, but I am gonna start off with the background this time. Because I'm thinking that I don't want it to be like... It was a good story. I just helped a little. Vanessa. You're selling yourself short. You polished a... Like, I mean, it was a fresh turd, but it was a turd. And with our powers combined, we turned it into a good story. But I wouldn't say that it wasn't a group effort. I think, like, I don't want a thing. I feel like I want this one to be, like, an abstract, like, just a general, like, okay, let me just scratch, like, scribble in what I'm thinking here. Like, here will be this. Broken heart will be in the middle. And here will be, like, what is a starting point? If the X is the treasure, what is a starting point? An O? What's the starting point? But this is what I'm thinking. Is like the whole thing is a map, rather than like there being a paper on the map. I don't think I want that. I think this way. But is there a better representation than X and O? Because, like, it could be like a cool empty treasure chest. But an X leaves it up to the person's imagination what the X is. Because the goal might not always be treasure. The goal might be breaking up with somebody. The goal might be cutting off your family because they're racist cunts. The goal might be X. But what would be the start? I'm gonna Google a treasure map, and I'm only mildly sorry that I said the C word, but I really love the C word. I think I really love it, and I know that it does offend people, and I'm sorry, but at the same time, anyway, none of these maps have a beginning. They're just all endpoints. There is no beginning on these maps. They just start. Should a map just start? This one has a boat at the start. Maybe what does that mean to not have a start point? Right. Americans, we are so concerned about that word, but at the same time, we'll say pussy. And every time I hear that word, I throw up a little bit. It's disgusting. Anyway, what did you tell me 5 minutes ago? I don't know what you told me 5 minutes ago. I'd have to scroll up. Let's see. Let's scroll up and see what Vanessa told me 5 minutes ago. There are no timestamps on this chat. It doesn't actually have anything at the start. It usually just starts with... Vanessa, how the fuck do you know that? How do you just know off the top of your head what a goddamn treasure map looks like What are you, a writer? Fuck. Okay. Right? Pussy, it's just, it's like, it sounds anatomical. No, onomatopoeic. Pussy is onomatopoeic, and that's why I can't tolerate it. But cunt, it's just great. It's a great word. I can't deny it. You Googled before I did. Because you're a writer. You have that strong Google foo. So if we're looking at, yes, it sounds like moist, but like darker and like more percussive. And I will let your imagination do the rest. But if I say dank and percussive, I think you'll understand my ugh with the word pussy. Anyway. So, okay. So, we'll do an X marks the spot. And like, I mean, these are really dark. But you'll be able to see them in the end. I can't see them now, but you will be able to. And then, like, I want it to start somewhere, but maybe if it does go off the card. Because maybe after the treasure, it goes off the card too. So maybe there's something to be said about where you're coming from and where you're going and how one end might justify a means way of doing things, but like you can never just stop at that particular X marks the spot. You have like, after you get that X, after you get that treasure, there's gonna be another thing coming, so you've always got to keep going. So you don't actually know if an end is justified ever, because there is never any end. There's always another target coming up next. So I kind of like the idea of it kind of passing through like this. Appease the uterus. Alex! Hello. It's been a while, Alex. Oh, your uterus wanted fried food. Yeah, where the fuck is Liam? Let me send him a message. Liam is a busy guy. Sending him a message. Let's see if Liam comes on. What are you learning, Alex, via YouTube? Oh, what if the line through the thing is actually what bisects the heart? But does Liam actually have to pack? Is he actually staying at a hotel? But he lives like right next door, doesn't he? Don't you live next door? Why are you packing? Oh my god, I have so much to do. I'm gonna freak. I have so much to do. Just don't think about it, Reese. Just don't fucking think about it. All right. I like this idea. I think I want to do the heart to be central. Is this dorky? Let me look. I'm going to look at my other drawings have I done a dorky ass broken heart? And shockingly, I have not. So that's what I'll be doing. Dorky ass broken heart. Okay. I'm gonna turn on some sort of drawing guide. Probably just the grid, because I don't mind if it's uneven. I just want it to be centered. Actually, you know what? I will do symmetrical. Symmetry, symmetrical. God, what a language is English. So I wish there was a cross line so that I knew top to bottom, because I can tell left to right, obviously, with this line down the middle, but I don't know top and bottom symmetry. You live 30 minutes away? God, it's so far. Try 8 hours. I would too, even if I was local. I feel like the most fun isn't had at the convention. The most fun is always had after hours at BarCon. That's where I've met the people who have made the greatest impact in my life, like as like in my career, for my future, for my inspiration. It doesn't happen at the con 9 to 5. It happens when most everyone else has gone to bed. So, pro tip, if you're coming to a convention with professional aspirations, stay on site so that you can hang out after hours and network. And you know what? Networking, it sounds nasty. Networking. I'm just getting to know the people who I can use later. And yeah, that's kind of the way of it, but it doesn't have to be about that. You just have to get over that initial, like, oh, that's gross. And eventually you'll just become friends with those people, and it's a lot less creepy than it sounds. But that's my pro tip. Is even if you're local, stay on site. Pro tip. Network's called Do the Needful, Liam, I guess. Doll. It is less creepy when they're your friends. Because, like, there are so many people who I, like, have in my back pocket, authors and artists usually, who, like, if I didn't go to these after hours social events, I would feel really weird. Like, hey, I know you've done a tarot deck before. Can you tell me about this? But because I've hung out with them after hours and we're actually friends now, I can just hit them up and be like, oh, hey, I'm doing a deck. Like, what's up with that? What do I do? And we're good, and they're not like, oh, God, why are you only using me to talk about what I can do for you? It's literally, it is networking, and it is kind of nasty to start, but once you get that foot in the door, once you start making those connections and those relationships, it's a lot less weird. So just do it. And that's my advice for people who are afraid to talk to other people. Just talk to them, and they don't hate you. They will be your friends, and then you can use them as a resource, and it's not weird. X's and hearts. There shouldn't be another X here. There should only be one X. But I think this heart, it's a little high. I'm gonna move it down a bit. Right there. Because I'm like I'm saying, I wish there was just, I need to know where the middle is. I don't know where the middle is. Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to turn off drawing assist, and I'm going to erase this other X. Boop, boop, boop. And I'm going to break this heart. No, I'm going to break it. I'm just going to break it down the middle. Do I want it to be like fully broken? Or just like a crack? I don't know. Fully broken could be really nice. To be like, this is how much you can fuck up based on what you could do to people. Bam. Broken. Riven in half. Rived? Riven? I don't know. Yeah, you got a lot of shows by just hanging out with other bands. And after your set, and then immediately packing it out when your set was done. That's exactly the same thing. Like, there's no point in not hanging out with those people who you think might be better than you, who might have more experience, who, like, out of your league, you know, you're not ready yet. It's all stupid, because I have been hanging out with authors and artists since before I still don't have a book out. I have short stories out since before I was ever in in an art show. And I just, part of it is like knowing that you're good enough, even if you're not there yet, but knowing that this is going to be my peer someday. And then if you're not there yet, also thinking like, I can learn so much from this person. And they 99% of the time want you to succeed. I've never met another author or artist or other person, musician, who I think is out of my league. I've never met someone who doesn't want me to also succeed and who doesn't want to offer me advice if I ask for it. So, and like, that was kind of hard for me to realize that, even though I'm not on this level yet, I can still, there's still people. I'm still a person. We can still talk like we're on the same level, because we're all just fucking people and none of it matters. Yes, creatives lift each other up, and a true creative, a true artist is going to want to see their industry grow. And you're part of that. Like, period. You're part of it. You're part of that industry's growth. And they're never going to wish you ill. So just at a convention, stay on site, go buy them a drink, go hang out, go talk to them, whatever. It's going to be great. You're great, and you're going to be great. Period. Full stop. End of. Right. I think I have the general idea here. I don't know that it's like great, but it is. It is. Actually, you know what? I think pencil is best here. Let's do a sharp edge. That's ugly. That's ugly. Is that very ugly? Schmooze! You're never underqualified to schmooze. There's no prerequisites for schmoozing. Period. People ask me all the time, like, oh, you have something for me? Okay, anyway. People ask me all the time how it is that I know so many people. Like, I know musicians that are on TV, you know, getting record deals. I know actors who are like series regulars on Showtime. Like, I know a lot of people. I know authors like who've had fucking famous ass people narrate their books. New York Times bestsellers. You know, people who are making their livings just self-publishing. I know all these people. And my friends will be like, I don't think I can really hang out with you at a con because you just know too many people. And I just like, it's because like, I don't, it's weird because I don't really care where I am, like in my life. I'll just go talk to people. And all those people that I know, they don't care where I am in my life. They'll just talk to me. Not one of those people is like in any way like, you know, trying to see me ill, you know? So yeah, I do know a lot of people. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. There's no bar. There's no bar to schmoozing. I'm not a musician. I'm not a musician at all. Neil Gaiman talks about how he got over imposter syndrome when he went to a party, feeling like he didn't belong. And he was talking to someone who was like, I don't belong here. I'm nobody. And that nobody was John Glenn. Holy shit. Neil Armstrong? Oh, maybe it was two Neils. But like, I mean, either way, like, you're always gonna feel out of place somewhere. So there's really no point. Like, go ahead and feel out of place. Go ahead and feel it. But then just do it anyway. Just do it anyway. And that's kind of how I've lived. This is why I apparently know so many people, is because, and Doll can attest to this, is that I and the people that I go to conventions with, we will just go cry at people. Like, we have no fear and no pride when it comes to the people that we're going to schmooze with. And there are people that I've just like bawled at and wept at conventions because, like, oh, my friend died. And we still talk today. Because, like, literally, who cares? Just be yourself, and nobody wants to see ill. Nobody wants to see harm come to you. Period. That's not a thing that people want. People only want to watch people succeed. And those that want to watch people fail are terrible people, and they're not worth your time, and I hope you never meet one of them because they're awful and deserve happiness in their lives, to be honest, but they also don't deserve that. Anyway, all this to say that all you Atlanta people for Multiverse, staying on site, that's the way. That is the way. I wish we had a good convention out here that I could stay on site for, but all of the conventions out here are like kind of, they're almost like trade shows more than they are conventions. Like, it's very dependent on famous people coming. And I kind of am not a fan of that. How do I merge down? There it is. Like, I love the famous people coming, you know, but at the same time, it's all about the conventions that we have out here in Raleigh, Durham area are very much about like which famous people are coming rather than building a community. And that is what I love about the conventions in Atlanta, is that they're more community than they are. Like, Multiverse doesn't really have celebrities, right? I'm probably a celebrity in Multiverse terms. That's a lie. The authors and the artists and the filmmakers. There's a lot of like, I wouldn't say like celebrities in Multiverse, but like people who are really well known within their communities. Versus like, yeah, the photo ops are weird. Like that's really all that that's all that the conventions are out here, are photo ops with like really, really, really big names. Like William Shatner. Big names. Well established versus famous. Exactly. And I don't know. I don't want to be like offensive, but apparently I'm going to, because I've said, but I think that for me anyway, I would rather be well established than famous. And I feel like that's where a lot of us, like, professionals kind of live, where we don't want to be, you know, getting bothered at the supermarket. We just want to do our thing and be appreciated for the thing that we do. So yeah, well established versus famous is a good way to look at it. And in some communities, even those like well-established people are still kind of famous, but like only in certain communities, which is, I think, the best kind of fame, where you can still buy groceries, but like 3 times a year you go to a convention and people mob you. That's the kind of fame that I would ever want. What? That's so weird, Vanessa, that YouTube deletes things if you add a smiley at the end. That's weird. Also, who's My Fair Lady? Do I know you? Are we pals? You can just leave a yes or no. You don't have to out yourself as a real person, but My Fair Lady, I'm intrigued. I like the nickname. Right, it does. It really could pay the bills. It really can, especially now that we've got this ridiculous writer's strike that's going to go on forever. Not that not that the actors' strike is ridiculous. It is very much needed. But the ridiculousness of it is that it's going on forever. It's absolutely wild. Ugh. Is that X ridiculous? That's so weird, Vanessa. So weird. Liam, I wonder if your smiley by itself is... Yeah, the writer's contract is done. The acting, the SAG-AFTRA has not gone well. They... yeah. The AMP tip has fucked off from negotiations again. So. Although I did just book an industrial today. I auditioned for it, first round, while I was in Liverpool 3 weeks ago. And I just didn't give a shit about this. I was like, whatever, the pay looks good. This is a company I've wanted to work for a while. I'm just going to do this audition. And third take, fuck it. I said, I've probably got something. I sent in the third take. Didn't even watch it. Just sent it in. Because I figured last take. The first take is like a practice. Second take is like, oh, you know, I think I want to try this different. And then the third take is where you probably messed something up, but you hit all the moments that you wanted to hit. And so I just sent the third take, didn't watch it, sent it in, got a call back when I got home, did the callback, and then that was last Friday, I think I did that callback, and then found out I booked it today. Exciting. But yeah, it's not SAG. When am I ever going to do a SAG project again? Who cares? Figure it out later. I want to make this a little more three-dimensional, I guess. Also, where's the gold gonna come from? Thank you. But I think the key about auditioning is to just not give a shit. Because I literally did it in a hotel room in Liverpool, like where the shower was flooding the floor all around. The whole floor of this hotel room was like soaking wet because one of us had a shower, and I didn't have a tripod. I put my phone on both of our suitcases stacked up and then a pillow, and then I smushed it in there. And I was like, all right, like the backdrop, there was like half a hotel picture and then like the thermostat. And you know, they will always say that, like, you know, you have to have this perfectly flat backdrop, and you've got to have this perfect lighting, and your reader has to be this amazing actor, just as good as you are. And I didn't have any of that, and I just said, fuck it. If you don't want me, based on this incredible performance that I've just offered you, then That's fine. That's fine. I feel like I've really grown in the past few years. And that, like, I don't know, I just, like, have a really hard time making a big deal about stuff that I'm supposed to make a big deal about. And the less I make a big deal about it, the better off I do. I don't know if that's a universal truth or not, but I'm gonna keep it. Tomorrow is a 72-hour? Oh my god. So I need to know how you did at the 72-hour. Did you keep me on as a writing credit for that? For my, like, hey, what if you did this? Does that count as a writing credit? Are you gonna go to the actual event? Yes. Oh my god, you're gonna have to, because, doll, I really think you made a fucking brilliant product. I think that the constraints that you gave yourself were so good for your creativity. Like I'm trying to be really objective. So, but I don't know if I can be objective, but I think I can be objective. I watched that short film and I thought, like, damn, I wish I had done this. I want to do this. This is fucking good. Like, I don't think you should have any nerves about how this film is gonna go in the actual screening. It's very good. And if you haven't watched Doll's film, I don't know, it's probably not up anywhere yet. I think it probably has to wait until after the festival, which is this weekend, I guess. Tomorrow night. They did a fucking brilliant film where it was all, like, there was no, you didn't see an actor the whole time. There was no actor. You saw hands picking things up and, like, putting them into boxes, and you like, was there maybe like a back of head or like a reflection or something, but there's no facial acting anywhere. It's all hands and voiceover, and it's fucking beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful things I've seen, especially when you think about how they didn't have an actor. Like, they were one person. That's all. And it just, like, I watched it and I was like, fuck yes. This is what a single person can do if they have, like, encouragement and support, and, like, it's so good. It's so good. I can't wait to show it off and be like, I wasn't in this. I had hardly anything to do with this. But, like, here's a brilliant example of what you can do just on your own. Like, you don't need a huge crew of people. You don't need a ton of actors. You know, if you have a camera and a vision, like, you can make this whole thing and it can be as brilliant in like as it should be. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to see the finished product. I don't know. Did I see the finished product? Did you alter it since you showed it to me? I don't know. Doll, you need to go to Multiverse. It's such a fucking good convention. It's like, remember that time when we stole Evan's pants? And like, when Dragon Con didn't suck because it was too fucking big to be of use to anyone? It's like that, but it's like Jordan Con size. So it's like an itty bitty con, but it has that old school Jordan Con or old school Dragon Con feel to it. Is that X too big? I think that's a good. It's just like stealing Evan's pants, doll. Itty bitty, teeny weeny awesomeness. I mean, it's gonna grow. It's gonna become. I feel like it's gonna become huge. Huge. But for the time being, it's just nice. Oh my god, and I get to do Dead Dog this year for the first time. Pretty excited about that. I'm not leaving until Monday. That'll be nice. I've never dead dogged before. And I'm getting in on Thursday, which will be double nice, but it'll be late Thursday because I'm working a half day. But either way, it'll be nice. But I have so much to do. Yes, film and visual media track. Do it. Do it. Do it. I know that me and Joe will be on that. On that. Free stuff to take home. I do love stuff. I don't love this X. It's what I don't love. And I don't know if it's. I think I'm trying too hard for this X. Actually, I think this is the problem. I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna clear that whole thing out, and I'm gonna not show this, and I'm gonna not show that. And like, here's what we got going on. I think I'm just gonna draw an X. I'm gonna do it in yellow. Fuck it. What is this? I'm gonna put it on top. How annoying. Oh my god. Thank you. Bam. X. I think the X, this is so weird. I now have an emoji in the middle of the bottom message. Like whenever whatever the last message is, there's now an emoji in the middle of it, and I can't read it. So, you think the X needs the little tails to it. Like the ends have little tails, and the tails have tails. Tails all the way down. Tails all the way down. Yes. Yes, exactly. Tails all the way... No, what the fuck do you talk about? Tails all the way down. What is this? Tails all the way down. What are you on? Just kidding. I don't know what you mean. Tails all the way down. What are you talking about? Tails? Look at a treasure map with tails. All I see are X's and dotted lines. Are you saying that my dotted line should be more of a tail? Like a tail? What are you talking about? An X with tails? I don't understand. I see X's. I see X's. Oh, that one has a skull on it. That's cool. There's no X's there. That's an X. That's another X with a treasure chest. I'm not drawing a treasure chest. Fuck that. That's another skull. That's cool. Ooh, this X is made out of crossed swords. I don't want to do that. What do you mean tails? I don't understand the tails. I feel like a failure because I don't understand the tail. But like this. No link. You can send it to my Facebook or to my text messenger. I don't think YouTube lets you post links. I actually kind of like this too. And then if this line is glowing, then like these sections can also be glowing. Ooh. Oh, I see. Okay. More of like a... what kind of cross is that? Like a fireman's cross. What kind of cross is that? Almost a Maltese cross, I guess. Almost. Presque. Ionic? Is that the term? Is that what it's called? Ionic? Yeah. Like, could be. Could very well be. And then we would make this darker, obviously. If this gold part is light, like if it's glowing, if it's lighter, then it'll have to be darker on the other side. Just to create that dimension. So I'm going to just smudge that out to, you know, make this heart really three-dimensional. I don't know why it needs to be three-dimensional, to be honest. It could be just a drawing. I just have preconceived notions, I guess. Something with an eye. Some kind of eye cross. Yeah, navigational? I don't know. Old brain worked right. Ionic cross. Let me give that a Google. See what that is. Ionic cross. Let's see what it says. Ionic. It's a mobile app framework. And that's all it is. Is that correct? Oh, Ionic cross platform. I put Ionic cross. Not platform. Who put platform in there? There. Oh, it's almost like a Celtic cross. Interesting. I see. I see. Cunt. I could say cunt, and it's like not even a big deal, eh? It's just a cunt. You're just a cunt. People are just cunts. It's one reason why I love doing this accent so much. Because you can just say cunt. No, I don't know why this is like this standard accent that I go to when I want to do an accent. Like, why couldn't it be RP or some, like, you know, like standard accent that people are used, like people in the United States that like are used to hearing, and instead I do this one. I don't know. Oh, God. I don't want to smudge these out. I actually want them to be rough. Oh, I just don't like it yet. Maybe I do this for the cross up here. Maybe that's right. Maybe I do make it a little nastier. Is that too much? I feel like it's too far. Oh my God. Is she even Australian? Is she Kiwi? I thought she was the Kiwi. Where's she from? I love also that that we're so obsessed with a reality TV show that you can say that I'm this character and I know what you mean, but at the same time probably nobody else in chat knows what that means to be Aisha. I think I want to move this closer, maybe. Yeah, I don't know that I want to put like full map symbols in, because I don't want it to be necessarily like, I don't know, I don't want it to be a map as much as like, I don't know, I can't explain it. I don't want it to look like a map separate to whatever the fuck's going on here. That doesn't make sense. I know that doesn't make sense. I can't English it in a way that works. Like, I want it to look like a map, but I don't want it to look like a map. I wonder if I don't do a dotted line, actually. I'm going to do a straight line. Yeah, I can see that. Textile arts. And like the heart doesn't work either. The heart is like too three-dimensional to make sense. I almost think this should just be flat. Because it's a fucking map. I'm gonna try making just a flat image. It'll be totally different to what I normally do. But like the heart being kind of three-dimensional doesn't work. It's not right. So what if the heart is also gold? You know what's something I don't know that I'll ever get used to is the slickness of the Apple Pencil on the iPad. Like, if this was paper and pencil, there'd be that drag to it where you could, like, kind of feel the paper kind of pulling on the pencil. You don't get that at all with this on glass. So it makes the whole thing kind of hard to do. But that's just also me just making excuses, so. But it does definitely make, like, things that you'd be able to draw very easily on paper makes them really difficult to draw on glass. So the paper texture screen cover, I've thought about getting that. My spouse has it, and I just haven't like tested it to see if it's worth anything. I don't know. I wonder actually, so the cross being yellow, maybe this is yellow too. Maybe the whole thing's yellow. I don't know. Tonight's an experiment night. I don't know. Don't know what I'm doing. It's just an experiment. I mean, that's fine. So you think if I'm going to do a map, I need to commit to doing a map, not overdone, but needs to have at least have map-like properties. So what's a map-like property is the thing. But at the same time, like, I know what you mean, like mountains and forests and trees and shit. But I don't want to define a land. Because as soon as I define a land, then it puts it on a plane that isn't exactly here. Like, this can be overlaid on top of anything. I don't want to put it into a foreign land. Into a land that doesn't exist. Or into a land that does exist, because then it's too specific. So maybe this just needs to go away. Maybe it's too big. Because I don't want it to be... I want it to be universal. And as soon as I put trees and mountains into it, then it becomes a place with trees and mountains. And I want this to be a treasure map that goes through not just space, but other. So maybe I make this smaller. And just pop it down here. Maybe. A map-like property or some indication of terrain. No terrain. I'm not putting terrain on. But a compass rose could work. Or I could just blow this whole thing away and not do any of it. What about that? What if I don't do any of it? What if the whole thing is shit? And I dump the whole idea in general? I actually like the dashed lines. Maybe we go black. Can I show my other cards for a moment? Yeah, seems likely that I could do that. I mean, these could be good opposites, actually. And then I could just have my compass rose with all norths. Actually, should be just random. Done. Compass rose. Doesn't make any sense. Here's my other cards. So they're all pretty specific in the style, I guess. This one's my favorite. It's so cute. So here we go. It's a weird mix of cards of like cartoony and kind of cool and just kind of weird and kind of stupid and kind of weird and mostly weird. It's mostly weird. Anyway, those are the other cards. I wonder. I wonder if there's just kind of nothing in the middle. What if there's nothing in the middle? And what if I literally don't give a shit? I'm going to try not giving a shit. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm already symmetrical, so I'm going to leave it symmetrical. And we've got a drawing guide here, drawing assist. I'm going to draw my compass rose on a new layer. Here's my compass rose. There we go. I guess I should delete all this extra shit in the middle. There. Compass rose. My Krampus rose, everybody. Krampus rose. Like you have pen tips that will make this different in some way. I'm interested to learn more. Right. Here's my Krampus rose. And I'm going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to hide the big one. And then I'm going to make it really itty bitty. I'm going to pop it over here. Actually, I'm going to make two of them. What the fuck ever. I'm going to rotate this one. Actually, I'm going to use the rotate 45. Which, actually, you can't see. It's at the bottom of the screen, right? Like, underneath. Actually, can I move this? I can't move it. How do I move it? I can't move it. You just have to trust me. The underneath there, it says rotate 45 degrees. And that's what I've done. And now I can erase all these lines down here. And now I've got a Krampus rose. Let's just hide this ridiculous. Look at this beautiful Krampus rose. Beautiful. I don't want the things to make sense though. So And maybe that's my own shortcoming. But I don't give a shit. I don't want them to make sense. Oh no, I've run out of room on this side. Oops. Maybe I should move the whole thing. What's another letter I can put on here as though it's a direction? I'll put west on here. Whatever. Ugh, why did I pick a W just now? People are gonna ask, what's a T? I don't fucking know what a T stands for. I don't know. I didn't make up language. It's just a T. And of course, it's all assisted. That's fucking stupid. Undoing that and then erasing everything over here. Erase, you dumb bitch. Where is this W? Wow. Why is everything on a million different layers? All right. It's west. I should change this. Hang on. Oh my God. Done. Weps. Spew. Now it spells spew. Or pews. Which is, I think, brilliant. Swep. Oops. Oops. Maybe I'll change the laters letter. Letters later. Laters letter. Letters. Maybe I'll change the letters later. I don't know. I'm very quickly growing to not giving a shit, a single minuscule fuck about this card. The longer I'm here, the less I care about it. So, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna do a soft pastel, I guess. Bam, there's the X. I mean, that's a little bad. Maybe like a decent X. There we go. A decent X, I guess. And then, did I want to do a heart? I don't actually care anymore. Like, I'm done with this. I don't care about it anymore. Is this a problem? I'm over it. I'm just done with this card. I just don't care anymore. Maybe there's no heart. Maybe the whole thing is just do whatever you want. Who gives a shit? Hurt people, don't hurt people. Who cares? Nobody gets hurt in your means as long as it justifies the ends. I am so done with this fucking card, man. I don't want to do it anymore. Is there something else to do? What's next week? Maybe I'll skip to that one. What do I do next week? Hamlet. Actually, next week, no, I'm at Multiverse Con, so I won't be there next week. Should I stream live for No, I can't do that. That's insane. Hamlet next week. I should. Fuck All's Well That Ends Well. This is so boring. Why are you guys still here? This is fucking stupid. Maybe this is all I do. I'm literally tired of this. I'm literally done with this whole concept. Like, it was a decent concept, but it doesn't work. The concept doesn't work, and that's fine. Not every concept has to work. But I have to have a product at the end of the day. It's 9:30. I want to go to bed soon. I have a COVID hangover, a flu shot hangover. I want to go to bed. I would like to have a product by the end of this evening. Maybe I just do a compass rose. Maybe that's the thing. Should I change the letters, perhaps, rather than a compass rose with these letters? Come on, dudes. Maybe. Yeah? Or yeah? Oh my god, I have very little patience for this project anymore. I just want to be working on an actual project. Ugh, this is such a waste of time. All's well that ends well. But the compass rose just doesn't work. The compass rose isn't... This isn't the story. The story is the destination. This should be the fucking art right here. This. A fucking X. But it's so fucking stupid. So stupid. What do I do with it? It's just a fucking X. What do you do with a goddamn motherfucking cunting X? It's just not good, is it? It's just not good. I'm getting frustrated. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm fucking frustrated. Because, like, an X kind of means nothing. Unless it's... like, the kind of aforementioned X. But... should I flip it? Just a little flippy flip. And then, I mean, I could add little paths to it. Like, so we're zooming in on a single part of the map. So it's like, so you're all saying to take a step back, and I'm going, fuck no, I'm going to get in really close. I'm going to get in so close that you can't even tell it's a map anymore. And if you can tell it's a map, then that's because you're wanting to see a map. And if you can't tell it's a map, then that's because you're wanting to see something else. And I'm going to trust that those people who are wanting to see something else see whatever it is that they want to see. And those people that are wanting to see a map, see a map. I think that's the key, is to, like, This is the idea, and let it be the idea, and present it in such a way that it is able to be interpreted by whoever in whatever way they want to interpret it. So I think rather than taking a step back, which is a brilliant piece of advice, I'm instead going to do the opposite, which is what I always do when people give me advice. So, you know, it's just who I am as a person. I'm gonna zoom in. Yes. Zooming in. And I don't know if I don't know if yeah, backlit X, maybe. That's what I was about to say. I don't know where I want to put this yellow yet. If the yellow needs to be like just the path, and then maybe this, right? So like the path is what's actually illuminating. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna make a really nice X. I'm going to do a drawing assisted X. It's gonna be nice and beautiful. Look at it. It's already the start of something brilliant. Actually, there may be an even easier way to do this. Quadrant style. Let's see. No! Come back. Edit drawing guide. Quadrant. Done. Look at it. It's brilliant. Oh. Look at that beautiful X. Look at it. Is that kind of ugly? Kind of doesn't work. Oh, God, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. There we go. That's a more appropriate X. I don't know that this was the right way to do it, TBH. It may be easier to just draw a fucking X. Alright, but that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Let me round out these edges a bit. It looks a little, biohazardy. Bam. Oh, God, that's a bug. Right, there's an X. Let's, I'm going to rotate it a bit. Little rotation. And then I'm going to add the yellow what you call it? That thing. What do you call it? Path. A path. I feel like there's a brush for this. like an actual brush for this. Oh well. Bam. And I'm going to actually pop this behind it. Hide that one. And then also behind this, I'm going to... I'm going to add the glowiness. Getting tea! Yes, tea! Drink tea. Drink some for me. I should have some tea, but instead I have water and caffeine-free Diet Coke. Delish. Alright, so this glows a little behind. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, God. Is that too much glow? Oh, maybe too much glow. But also, who gives a shit? It, like, kind of works, and then it kind of doesn't. For it to be, like, bouncing off the marker there. Caffeine-free Diet Coke. You like it, so it's probably wrong. Yeah, me too. I actually really don't hate it just as it is. I feel like I don't have a whole bunch of really simple cards in this deck. Good night, my fair lady. I can't tell if you ever mentioned who you are, but I love you regardless. Good night. Yeah, so I might just kind of leave it as it is. Really. It's not unlovable. I did want somewhere for there to be like, all's well that ends well isn't really the truth. Because like the end does not justify the means. In a lot of cases. Especially like in this case where the main character, like the main female character sex crimes the main male character. And like, think of the trauma and the things that are going to come up in the future. Like, yeah, you're married now, but you married her because she's a good liar. Like, that's not... It's not good. So I wanted there to be some sort of, like, representation that, like, you can hurt each other. You can hurt people on your journey to the end. Maybe the X mark is broken. That's pretty dumb, right? I don't know. Maybe it's simpler than that. Or maybe it's... Maybe it's a whole missing limb. Maybe it's a whole missing limb and the X marks the spot. I'm going to play with that idea for a second and see what happens. Let's just see what this turns into. I mean, that's interesting, actually. Caffeine free. This is how I live as well. Although I did have some caffeine in the UK because, well, I didn't have as much soda in the UK when I was there. But it's just easier to ask for a Diet Coke, you know? Although there were a couple places that did have it, like in the store. And I cherished those moments of sugar-free, caffeine-free Coke. I think I had 2 while I was there, and it was miserable because I have 2 a day usually. But yeah, I haven't had caffeine in like 2 years now. Except for very, very occasionally if I have a soda at a restaurant. And then I don't enjoy it. I do not enjoy it. What is this? I've done this on the wrong layer. Oh my god, I've done this whole thing on the wrong layer. Oh, very frustrating. Stupid. Dead? Dead doll? Dead? I'm still just laughing that you compared me to a person from whatever the fuck that show is. I'm now probably 6 episodes or more behind on Below Deck Australia or whatever that one is. But that's my favorite captain. All the other captains are crap, except for the guy who can't put his own contact lenses in. He's the best captain because he can't put his own contact lenses in, and I think that's cute. I should probably catch up. It's like it was like a race to get to the point where the camera crew broke up a fucking sex crime. And then after that I was like, well, it can't get any worse than this. And so I haven't watched it since then. What is that? What's going on here? Needs smaller. Smaller smudger. Smaller smudger. Oh my god, I'm so ready to be done with this. This is sadly how 90% of these things go. Is that I just get tired of them. Dude, Sandy is a shitbag. Like, and I used to think that, what's his name? Captain Lee? I don't, why did I ever think he was a good captain? He's terrible. He's a terrible captain. Sandy, even worse. These people... they think that they're... Like, no. They know they're not getting the best of the best. Why don't they support them? Why don't they, like, help their crews grow? None of them do. And then they're like, well, why do I have to do your job? It's because you're not teaching them how to do their job. You piece of shit. Man, just, y'all. Sandy is super arrogant, and I've never watched a season, like a whole season with her, and I don't want to. Like, the seasons where she filled in for Captain Lee were like the worst. Because isn't she the captain for Mediterranean or something? I don't even want to watch it. I like don't want to do it. So not our flag means death, chat. It's worse. It's way worse. It's 1,000 times worse. It's it's Below Deck, chat, which is a it's a reality show. About yachting. About just rich people shit. But I'm kind of obsessed with it. It's like the trashest of trash TV. It's not the trashest, because at least the people on Below Deck have like actual skilled labor that they do. And you're like actually watching people do a job that is interesting to watch. At least there's that. But yeah, it is also straight up trash at the same time. All right, does it need to be a little less? it is a really fun show because it shows a totally different industry that I've never I never even heard of it until I watched this show. Luxury yachting, where people can charter a yacht for like minimum $100,000 for the weekend. And it's like fully catered, and they throw themed parties, which are usually really kitsch and terrible looking, but apparently people are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for it, so it must be nice. And there's like inflatable toys and sea-doos, and you're out in the Caribbean or Mediterranean or off the coast of Australia somewhere. All these like really nice places where there's yachts and people can charter them for tons of money. And it's really interesting to watch these people these people work together for like 6 weeks out of the year total. I think I've figured out it's maybe 6 to 8 weeks together to see their like, I'm in charge and you've been in charge before, but now you're beneath me, so fucking figure it out. And just like, I'm single, or I have a boyfriend back home, but don't tell him what I'm about to do. And then they just go and they, fuck in a hot tub somewhere, and then they wonder why they feel bad later. And it's a mess. But at the same time, it's really cool to see people like talking about how many clicks or whatever for to like put the anchor down, or like how difficult it is to do a like 5-course meal service in a rainstorm on a beach. It's really kind of cool to see that aspect of how other people live. And then $20,000 tips, and then watch them go and like blow a $1,400 tip on a single dinner. It's wild. Well, you need to get going, Vanessa, and I think this is done, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to do much more than this. I think this is the general idea. Yeah, 3 square foot galley. There's so much alcohol. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Vanessa, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next weekend. I can't wait. Which means that next weekend I will be driving, and so I won't be here doing Hamlet. Hamlet I will do the weekend after when I get back. Which, I have no idea what I'm going to do for Hamlet. It's such a good play, and I have such high expectations and high hopes for it that it's probably going to be incredibly difficult for me to actually do Hamlet in a single card. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm trying not to think about it. I'm just going to read it and then see what happens in 2 weeks when I do it. But I think this is all's well that ends well. I think this is the idea, is that sometimes the end point of the journey isn't what you thought it would be, and that maybe it doesn't necessarily make up for the way you've handled your journey. Maybe the end does not justify the means. I don't know if that's what a reader will get out of this card, but I don't care. I think this is the card that happened. This is the end. Does this card justify the frustration? Does it justify everything? Does it tell the whole story, this card? No, it does not. This is just a single point on the map. It's meta. It's too meta. It's too fucking meta. You can't even handle the amount of meta that it is. It's too meta for a band name. And I think it's ended well, so it's well. I'm going to leave it here at this. In 2 weeks' time, obviously not next week, because I've already said I won't be here. I'll be at Multiverse Con in Atlanta. It'll be amazing. I'm a guest. Woo! First time being a guest. I'm excited. So that's where I'll be next week. So no Hamlet, but I feel like I should try to pop on for like a quick stream somewhere. I've lost my calendar. Bah. So I should be back the 26th. I think I'll be back the 26th. In the meantime, all's well that ends. All's well that ends. See you next week. Not next week. 2 weeks from now.